Hey, I told you we was coming back. Once again, good afternoon, everyone, to our Live at 5 MIT Men in Training
All right.
hybrid group. My name is Craig, and
All right.
today I'm going to let Mike introduce,
All right. I mean, he can finish it. Go ahead, man. You always taking my shit on, but it's cool. It's all right. Hey, man, welcome, everyone, to Live at 5.
Live at 5. So today, who I got with me is Mike. If you didn't know his name, now you know it.
Welcome to Capital Recovery Center.
So
It's another beautiful day.
yeah, so we are two men that's going to talk about 10 ways to build your resilience.
Sure.
And it's so important to talk about this topic because a lot of our target population are people who are generally or reestablishing themselves back in the community.
That's right.
Whether it be from some type of recovery treatment or incarceration. So this is a men's session, a hybrid group. Please feel free to be a part of. And this article is brought to you by verywellmind.com. All right.
That's good stuff.
So I'm gonna read the first
All right.
synopsis. I forgot to use that word, try to
Yeah.
sound astute.
Astute.
And so
All right.
so if you don't know what synopsis means, introduction. So I'm gonna start off. It says resilient refers to how well you can deal with and bounce back from the difficulties of life. It can mean the difference between handling pressure and losing your cool. Resilient people tend to maintain a more positive outlook and cope with stress more effectively. Right? And so we want to talk about keeping your cool, learning how to not be impulsive or have impulsive behavior. We want to be composed, right? And so research has shown that while some people seem to come by resilience naturally, I like that. These behaviors can be also learned. Whether you're going through a tough time now or you want to be prepared for the next one. I always wonder how some people can be so cool and
Calm and
collective during adversity. But like the article says, some people is naturally gifted with that trait. All right. Whether you're going through a rough time now or you want to be prepared for the next one. Here are 10 techniques you can focus on in order to foster your own resilience. All right. So
All right. Number one.
let's talk about number one.
Find a sense of purpose. Woo! You know that's one of my big topics.
I figure you're gonna like that, man.
I'm a purpose-driven individual. Absolutely. Since after 13 years, the daughter was killed by a drunken driver. Candace Light found Lighter's mother. She focused her energy on creating awareness of dangers of drinking and driving. I promised myself on the day that she died that I would fight to make this needless homicide count for something positive in years ahead. So this is a woman who's lost her child due to somebody doing drinking and driving. But we're talking about finding a sense of purpose. In the face of the crisis of tragedy, finding a sense of purpose can play an important role in your recovery. This might mean becoming involved in your community, cultivating your spirituality, or participating in activities that are meaningful, watch these words, to you. So even though you might have some tragedy in your life, finding a sense of purpose in the midst of all of that is one of the keys to help build your resilience in life. That's a very good thing. Find a sense of purpose. Like, why do you do what you do?
Cultivating your spirituality.
Cultivating, yeah.
Building upon it. Okay.
Build the boat. Let's do it.
Number 2 talks about believing your abilities. All right. It says having confidence in your own ability to cope with the stresses of life can play an important part in resilience. All right. Becoming more confident in your own abilities, including your ability to respond to and deal with a crisis, is a great way to build resilience for the future. All right. Your own coping skills, tapping into that, what would be a unique skill set especially for our target population.
Yeah.
So say, listen for negative comments in your head. When you hear them, practice immediately replacing them with positive ones, such as "I can do this," "I am a great friend, mother, partner," or "I'm good at my job." And this part that I just read deals with positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is a technique that we use here in a lot of group settings.
We was talking about cognitive behavioral therapy too, changing your thought pattern.
Change your thought pattern.
Yeah, that's it right here.
That's exactly what it is. So replace the negativity with positive one. Research has demonstrated that your self-esteem plays an important role in coping with stress and recovering from difficult events. Self-esteem is very important.
Big part. And it says it's an important role.
Important role, that's right.
Important role, that part right there, your self-esteem. Don't let things destroy your self-esteem by paying or giving credit to what people might say, or even bad thoughts that you might say to yourself. Don't give credit to it.
And it says, the last part says, remind yourself of your strengths and accomplishments. Don't neglect all the great things that you have done. If you allow people or yourself to ponder upon past mistakes, you may get stagnant. Always look for the beauty of life. Each and every day, I try to prove upon the things that I did yesterday.
Yeah, the better version of myself.
Oh man.
Next, number 3,
coming out the books.
Develop a strong social network. You want to have a strong social network, all right? So it says, let's see what it says. It is important to have people you can confide in. Having caring, supportive people around you acts as a protective factor during times of crisis. While simply talking about a situation with a friend or a loved one won't make your troubles go away, it allows you to share your feelings, get support, receive good feedback, and come up with positive solutions to your problems. A social support system is imperative for health and well-being. You have to develop a strong social network. A lot of times people don't know this, but if you're coming from an inpatient program where we talk about what was one of the many pathways of recovery, or if you're in some type of recovery support groups, you can start to build your strong support network from that. You want to pick the individuals who appear to be strong in their recovery walk, trying to go after the main goal of staying and maintaining their sobriety. You want them in your group, so you can start to build on that. All right.
So with that said, we're going to focus on embrace change.
All right, we move here.
Absolutely. Flexibility is an essential part of resilience. By learning how to be more adaptable, you'll be better equipped to respond when faced with a life crisis. Resilient people often utilize these events as an opportunity to branch out in new directions. While some people may be crushed by abrupt changes, highly resilient individuals are able to adapt and thrive. How to adapt to a stressful situation. So embracing change. Some people, it comes easily.
Yeah.
And some people may struggle.
It's tough.
It may be struggle, but it's like the past bullet we just read. It talks about seeking people who can help you. Like Mike said, if you are in a group setting, find positive people and to latch on or grasp on to, so that you can embrace change easily.
Yeah, you have to embrace it. Be optimistic.
Be optimistic.
All right. Let's see what it says here. It says staying optimistic during dark periods can be difficult, but maintaining, my word, a hopeful outlook is an important part of resiliency. What you are dealing with may be difficult, but it's important to remain hopeful and positive about a brighter future. So it might be difficult. We're not discrediting it being difficult, but if you're dealing with it, it's difficult. It's important for you to remain hopeful. Positive thinking does not mean ignoring the problem in order to focus on positive outcomes. It means understanding that the setbacks are temporary and that you have the skills and abilities to combat the challenges you face. Ooh, wait!
You know, that's a song they have out. I don't know who sung it, but it says, "Speak over your life, encourage yourself
Yeah, I heard that song.
in the Lord."
Yeah, speak over your life.
Yeah, speak over your. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, you know, you are somebody.
You have the skills and the ability to combat the challenges you face. Woo, man.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
And so we want to talk about nurturing yourself, right? It says when you're stressed, it can be all too easy to neglect your own needs. Losing your appetite, ignoring exercise, and not getting enough sleep are all common reactions to a crisis situation. All right. And so try not to allow setbacks or stress uh, lead you in the path of neglecting yourself. Instead, focus on building your self-nurturance skills. Even when you're troubled, make time for activities that you enjoy. By taking care of your own needs, you can boost your overall health and resilience can be fully ready to face life challenges.
Wow.
And so it tells me about self-care. This part right here really speaks about self-care and the importance of it because especially we deal with a stressful world, stressful society, and a lot of times we can be overwhelmed or get stressed out.
Yeah.
And so if you feel that way, the article says push, you know, continue to push on and you can work yourself through it. Don't just dwell and wallow in self-pity or self-doubt.
And when it says focus on building your self-nutrient skills, even when you're in trouble, make time for activities that you enjoy.
You enjoy.
Yeah, because when you do activities that you enjoy, it brings excitement to you.
I'm glad you brought that out. That's very key because a lot of times people try to pull you in their direction, what they enjoy, and that may not be something. Yeah,
it's cool for you,
mm-hmm.
Not me. All right, let's go to the next one. Developing problem-solving skills, very big. Let's see, wrong page. All right. It says research suggests that people who are able to come up with solutions to a problem are better able to cope with problems than those who cannot. Whenever you encounter a new challenge, make a quick list of some of the potential ways you can solve the problem. It was raining today, went out and did some runs, wanted to try to add another activity to the run, but that wasn't just create a problem, but you got to think about ways that you can come up with to solve the problem. Thinking about solutions. Experiment with different strategies and focus on developing a logical way to work through common problems. By practicing your problem-solving skills. Practice
Makes perfect.
on a regular basis, you will be better prepared to cope with serious challenges emerge. So it says practice your problem-solving skills. In order to practice problem-solving skills, when the problem arises, you can't get in the complain mode. Oh, man, why this is like that? Why? No. We already see it's a problem. Let's focus on the solution. What can we do to probably change that problem or at least point it in a different direction? So you have to practice your problem-solving skills. So little things gonna come up to you now that you watch this video. And you're gonna look at them, and you're gonna be proud of them. They're gonna be violent. But you get the opportunity to practice some problem-solving skills. All right?
And so that lead us into the next one, establishing goals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it says a person without a plan
Doom fast.
Doom to fail.
Be out of here.
Right?
Relax full blown.
Right? Crisis situations are daunting. They may even seem insurmountable. Resilient people are able to view these situations in a realistic way and then set reasonable goals to deal with the problem. All right? And so when you find yourself becoming overwhelmed by a situation, take a step back. to simply assess what is before you, brainstorm possible solutions, and then break them down into manageable steps.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's always good when you find yourself under pressure and you're not thinking clearly. As the article would mention, step back,
Yeah.
assess the problem, assess the situation. What can be done in a productive way.
And it says brainstorm possible solutions.
Possible solution. Brainstorm.
Possible solution, because you can go through your head and think, this might work, and all of them might not work. That's why I said brainstorm, because you might go through this and say, but if you're looking for a solution, you're in the right step. Because remember, the last point was developing problem solving skills, and it talks about practice. This is the same thing when you're establishing your goals.
Yeah, and so the race is not to the swift, but the race is to those who endures to the end. So when you step back, processing it, you don't always have to take off, run out the gate. If you ever seen that cartoon, a lot of y'all might be a little too young.
Yeah, but YouTube,
the turtle in the hair, and we know who all won at the end. So
we know who won, man.
YouTube that.
Take action, right? It says simply waiting for a problem to go away on its own only prolongs the crisis, sweeping the dirt under the rug syndrome. Instead, start working on resolving the issue immediately. While there may be any fast or simple solutions, may not be any fast or simple solutions, you can take steps towards making your situation better and less stressful. Focus on the progress that you have made thus far and planning your next steps, rather than becoming discouraged by the amount of work that still needs to be accomplished. Actively working on solutions will also help you feel more in control, good God, rather than just waiting for things to happen. Being proactive allows you to help make your goals a reality. Man, I wish I could copy and paste this on a hashtag.
So that, the action step, we have what we call 5 stages of change. And that's one of them, action. And so we know that there's pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation. But the next one is taking action. And then after that, Mike picked the word maintain. All right. And so number 10, we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to close out, I believe. And that is keep working on your skills. Woo! Keep working at it. Keep sharp, practice. That's right, practice. Resilience may take time to build, so don't get discouraged if you still struggle to cope with problematic events. Everyone can learn to be resilient, and it doesn't involve any specific set of behaviors or action. Resilience can vary dramatically from one person to the next. Focus on practicing these skills as well as the common characteristics of resilient people. But also remember to build on your existing strength.
Build on them.
Not just on your weaknesses.
Yeah. Build on. Then you build, if you got one strength, you build on that. You keep continuing to build. Instead of throwing them away, build on them instead.
Yeah. And so that is what we have for today for our MIT. And also, we're looking for men.
Come on in.
Who want to just sit down with us and share some thoughts.
Come on down here. Every Tuesday, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And so today we talk about 10 ways to build your resilience. So it's very important that we as men talk. We need to sit down and talk more and resolve some issues. And because it's important us not to feel that we need to always be competitive and resolve our issues in a hostile manner. So we're looking for ways, men being mentored or mentees, learning from each other.
Come on down, man. 5 o'clock every Tuesday. We're here, man, from 11 to 7, but the meeting is at 5.
Absolutely.
All right.
Stay tuned for a
Gratitude Tuesday pre-recorded video.
Absolutely. Take care.
All right.